Okay, so now back from that. Trying to remember where I left off. Oh yeah, okay. So, anyways, I think I started talking about like the guy with the swinging axe, and how that was probably my most diva moment. Up until then, I had not complained really at all about my legs getting cut up, or the bugs, or the heat. Um, I do pretty good when it's we're in like work mode and stuff. I do pretty good with not complaining. I usually save it for later, kind of like right now. Be complaining about the bugs and the heat and the cutting up of the legs, but I mean, it's all part of. I guess depends on what kind of movie you're in. I guess it's all part of the process. Um, anyways, so we go over to 12 Stones Church, and we're in the woods right beside it, and we are. There's this guy there. Oh, that's right. I couldn't remember his name. Could have looked it up in that time that I was gone, but I didn't. Anyways, he was really nice. He said Asher said that he's worked with him before. And he was chopping down a tree, and I'm having to come, like, say, here's the tree. Like, here's the guy chopping it, and I'm standing, like, right here. Scary. Coming from the girl, who just can't stand, like, sharp objects. Used to be afraid of needles, not anymore so much. I don't mind them so much anymore just because I've been poked 1,000 times within the past year. But yeah, so that was interesting. After that was over, we were going to go do the voiceover stuff. And of course my throat's already like really scratchy and horrible at this point. It's like, coated in pollen and kind of didn't do the best voiceover, but anyways, Asher had forgotten a piece of equipment at his house, so he had to run and get it. And I'm sitting in the front parking lot of this church, of this like mansion. It reminded me of like a convention center, like where I used to do competition, all-star cheerleading and stuff. But anyways, it's much prettier than any of those places. But anyway, so I'm sitting there in front of this church. I already changed out of my clothes because they were just, like if you wear something after a long, after a long day, especially if you've been outside all day, I just really need to get out of those clothes. So I changed. I'm in the parking lot by myself, at least for a little while. So I changed out of those clothes, and I'm sitting there worrying, trying to get my phone to charge because I'm having trouble with it. And so I'm walking from my trunk to the car. This, of all the cars, a shiny silver Volvo drives up. Edward Cullen. Alright, I know, I'm sorry, I had to say it. Cheesy, silver. No, not that the silver Volvo was cheesy, I'm not saying that. Silver Volvos are great. But just the fact that I would associate that with Edward Cullen in Twilight. Yeah. Anyways, we're just gonna drop that. So this silver Volvo drives up, and this guy gets out, and he's like, do I know you? And I was like, no. And I was like, at first I'm trying not to be awkward because I obviously don't go to this church, and this guy obviously does go to this church, and like, how do I explain why I'm like creepily sitting outside this church all by myself? But yeah, no, I was just like, I told him what I was here for, and he told me what he was there for, and he was really nice. His name was Rudy Vaughn. Some of you guys might know who he is. I kind of felt like a dummy that I didn't. Looked it up later, obviously. Asher told me who he was. But yeah, so, he kept me company for like 5-10 minutes, and then of course he leaves to go sing someplace, and of course I'm sitting there again by my lonesome. Didn't take too long for Asher to get there. He gets there, and we go inside, and we start, recording voiceover stuff. Like I said, my voice was not in the best condition at that point. I had only gotten about, I want to say like 3 hours of sleep. I had spent 5 hours in the car. I'd spent like, 8 or 9 hours, working outside and all the pollen and stuff. But I'm actually hoping to go back. I haven't talked to him about it yet, but I'm actually hoping to go back this weekend. And if he needs to reshoot stuff, we can reshoot stuff. If he wants to try and use my voice again in the voiceover, I would love to do that. Because if not, then he's just going to have to get somebody else to do it. And that'd be great if he wants to go in that direction. I would personally love to have my voice doing the voiceover since it is me in the film. But again, that's, artistic direction is not up to me. And also the fact that I am 3.5, 4 hours away is also a, kind of a killer on that, being able to just go retake shots whenever. But yeah, so did that, got finished sooner than we thought we were going to, so I actually went and stayed with my aunt and uncle. I got to see them and my little cousins for a while, Hunter and Davis and James, and then Kelly and Uncle Craig. But I was passed out by 9. I was so exhausted. So again, like I said, I was passed out before my, 6-year-old cousin. Eventually, like 10:30, got up, went to bed, moved from the couch to the bed, and I just passed out. I was gone. I don't remember my head hitting the pillow. I just remember just walking in. It's blacked out from there. Of course, I wake up really early the next morning since I went to bed really early, which was great because I wanted to get an early start on the road. Drive back down, make great time. I want to say I made it like in 3 hours and 45 minutes, 4 hours. But then I think it was like more like 4 hours, but I did stop twice. Once, obviously, computers. Okay, there we go. We're back on time. It slowed down for a second. I was talking faster than the screen was letting on. But anyway, so yeah, stopped for Starbucks, of course. Got to. So just one of those things. If I'm going to be on the road for more than like 30 minutes, I've got to have a Starbucks. So yeah, and then I stopped again, and gross. I'm sorry. I ate McDonald's. I know it's so nasty. It's the first time that I've voluntarily eaten a hamburger from there in, I want to say, like years. But yeah, I ate the McDonald's, regretted it later, but it stopped me from pigging out as soon as my other cousins from my mom's side of the family got into town. Only had to go to work for an hour, which was great. I told them, just a long weekend. My cousins were in town. They're like, well, we'll just keep you on for an hour. If it's dead, we'll just let you go. And so they did, which was great because I went and hung out with my cousins Adam and Kelly, who I love very much. And even though they live in Tallahassee, which is only like an hour and a half away, I still never get to see them. Because they're always so busy, and I'm always so busy. So I saw them, of course, Noah and Micah, which they're younger brother and sister. I see them more often than them, because my Uncle Bobby usually brings them with him. But yeah, and then of course I saw my mommy last night. That was great. I met David, who was her friend, for the first time, and he was really, really nice. I got these, let me see if I might put it up here. Got this really nifty, soft sole leather moccasins. You can see they're already a little dirty on the bottom, but that's because they have it's soft sole. Just bend them, do whatever with them. Of course, they're the Minnetonka moccasins, but at least they came off a reservation. When my mom was driving from Seattle back here to Valdosta, she stopped on an Indian reservation and got me them. I told her to please look for me for some because I really, really wanted some, and she got them for me. But yeah, and of course, today I went to school. Boring. Didn't have my project ready. I've been, obviously you just heard my weekend and have time or the energy to really finish that. So that's going to be something to work on this week. Yeah, and I'm actually about to go eat dinner with my mom, whom I love so much. Yeah, that was my weekend in a nutshell, really. Actually, not a nutshell. That was my weekend in 2 very long, boring YouTube videos who I'm sure nobody's going to watch. But, this is, to me, I've decided I used to keep I was very avid, journal keeper for a long time in middle school and high school. I just, everyone goes through their tough years, of course, obviously. Me personally, I've had some really, really difficult teen years. I went through depression and just every teenage girl goes through her rough years. And of course, my journal is my outlet. Well, I've decided that since obviously recording's a lot faster than writing or typing all this stuff down. Of course, if you type it down, there's always the chance your computer's going to crash and you're not going to have it. If you write it down, then then that's easier, but it takes more time. So yeah, I guess this is my video journal. So yeah, I hope you, I mean, if you watch these videos, I hope you enjoy. I know my mom has gotten on and looked at like 2 of them. And then of course one of them is my speech, and it's like, it's so bad. It's so bad. I didn't like practice it or anything. It's terrible. So please don't watch that one. But yeah, alright, well I guess I need to get going. Peace, bye.